Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Southwest Tennessee's home field here at USA Stadium in Millington, Tennessee, just outside of Memphis, Tennessee. About 3.5 hour drive for the Vol State Pioneers on the Metro livery bus, not delivery, just livery. And we are getting set for a 9-inning contest here on day one of week 2 in TCCAA conference play. This is Tim Reese on the Vol State Sports Network. Thanks for joining me on the YouTube channel. We might have some of the visitors with us today as Jay Harper, who will be broadcasting the Southwest Tennessee baseball and softball games, home games this spring, is handling a doubleheader down at the Verde Sales Gymnasium, where Southwest Tennessee has a basketball game, a doubleheader basketball game today. Let's see who they're playing. I did not check that. He should be along tomorrow to broadcast the doubleheader, and I will as well. Southwest is hosting Cleveland State, and it looks like the women's game has already been canceled. Cleveland State's women's team has been decimated with injuries, and they don't even have 5 players to begin a contest. They played against Vol State in their last game and did not finish the game with 5 players. They came with 5, but finished with only 4. So sorry to hear that Cleveland State women's team is struggling to field a team. But today it's baseball weather. That's not true. It is a little chilly here, folks, in Millington. Hopefully we'll get over the 40-degree mark, and the wind is blowing. Say Stadium, an all artificial turf field, and the signature field here at USA Stadium. And Vol State back, at least I think this is probably my 3rd or 4th time to broadcast from here. And we're not opening any windows. Had a little bit of damage over apparently the last few days here inside, and we have no heat other than a little floor heater for me. So I am dressed up, trying to stay warm, just like the few folks that are here in attendance. Those that are here are seeking the sunshine, no question. The Pioneers come in with a 9-2 record. They are 1-1 in conference play after splitting a doubleheader against Chattanooga State last Friday. And Southwest went to Motlow and won 3 games in their opening conference series. They are 9-3 overall, 3-0 in the conference. Let's get to the Toyota of Gallatin starting lineups. First, for the visitors, the Pioneers from Vol State. Head coach Jim McGuire in his 4th year. He's assisted by pitching coach Trevor Mutzi in his 1st year, and Lucas Wilburn, the volunteer assistant coach, also in his 1st year. Lineup's going to go like this. Drew Plummer's going to lead off playing second base. Devin Thrains out in center field, batting second. Easton Denning will play first base, batting third. Gage Hoover in left field, the cleanup hitter. Carson Sanders, the DH, batting fifth. Reed Mashinsky out in right field, he'll hit sixth. Hudson Blank will play third base and bat seventh. Tucker Lorenz at shortstop, hitting eighth. And Lex Falsoni behind the plate, batting ninth, and he will be catching Eben Hansen, the right-hander from Maynardville, Tennessee. 6'2", 190-pound sophomore transfer from King University. Eben on for his 4th start of the year, has an 0-1 record. Got the loss in game 1 against Chattanooga State. He's gone 10 1/3 innings, given up 7 hits, 5 runs. They were earned. Walked 5, a team-leading 18 strikeouts. Has plunked 3 opponents. He comes in with a 4.35 ERA. He will face the Salukis of Southwest Tennessee lineup that looks like this. Leading off, playing shortstop is Logan Luckett. Batting second, playing left field, Sammy Chapman. Tylen Graves, the third baseman, hits third. Bryce Turner, the current TCCAA Baseball Position Player of the Week, is the cleanup hitter. He'll play first base. Trip Ray behind the plate, batting fifth. Preston Rager in right field, hitting sixth. The center fielder bats seventh. That's Tyler Casserly. Jonathan Walsh at second base, batting eighth. And the DH will bat ninth, Matthew Bright. On the mound for the Salukis, redshirt sophomore right-hander Braden Stewart from Warsaw, Kentucky. Stewart is also on for his fourth start of the year. He's got a 1-0 record, 13 innings of work, 11 hits, 5 runs, only those were earned. Walked 8, struck out 13. Has given up 2 long balls and has hit a batter. Has a 3.46 ERA. Last year, he was a two-way player for the head coach Eric Schoenrock in his 8th year here at Southwest Tennessee. Stewart, very successful hitter, did not ask why he's not hitting this year, but in 42 games played last year, he hit .350 at 28 hits. 6 of those were doubles, 4 big flies, 19 RBIs at the plate, but he was also very successful on the mound. He had 17 appearances, 1 start, and a 1-1 record in 34 1/3 innings last year. 25 hits, 17 runs, 15 of those were earned, walked 11, struck out 51, and had a 3.93 ERA. They did have what turned out to be the top relief pitcher last year, Southwest Tennessee. Wes Butler had 20 appearances a year ago, 6 saves, and it led the conference, and he was first team all-conference. Wes Butler is now pitching for the number 1 team in all of NAIA, Tennessee Wesleyan University. He's over there with Caden Johnson, the former left-hander with Volunteer State. They are having a pretty good start to their season as well. Those are the Toyota of Gallatin starting lineups. Tell you who is assisting Eric Schoenrock. Wade Weinberger back again. Wade Weinberger Jr., Jared Kirkman, Wyatt McKnight, and the Director of Operations, I understand taking pictures during this game, Morgan Collum. Last year, the Salukis finished 5th in the conference. They had a 12-13 overall record, 27-29 overall, 12-13 in conference play. Ball State finished 9th in the conference a year ago. As the umpires are meeting with the head coaches, Jim McGuire in the all-red. Eric Schoenrock sans the baseball hat. He'll wear the toboggan. That is typical attire for Coach Schoenrock, the son of Darren Schoenrock, former coach of the Memphis Tigers here, and I think he just retired and after being, I think it was an assistant coach at Auburn University. As always, I'll have my email address up there, treesports@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know who you are, where you're watching from, and who you're rooting for, just like Jane Effler Hansen has done. She says she's asking if we're broadcasting live today. That was an email that I got a little before noon, as she now knows we are broadcasting live, and we will have a national anthem here, as you should at every ballpark. I don't have a crowd mic. We'll go to a break, though, during the national anthem. You're listening and watching the Vol State Sports Network.
Take the step. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Take the step, the one you've always wanted to a better you and a brighter future. Choose a path to create, innovate, or educate. A path to your career. One that builds you as a person, or one where you build for the people of the future. Choose a path to save lives or check eyes, to study the human body, soul, and mind, to fight crime both in person or online, to code, market, or be an entertainment rock star. Take the step to your full potential, to everything you've dreamed of. Take the step here, there, and eventually everywhere. With the pros of the profession, the Grammy winners, the commercial producers, the engineers, the doctors. Life is full of steps, so why not make yours count? This is us. This is Vol State.
And the national anthem is complete, and I can just hear Cooper Anderson right now saying, "Play ball." We don't have a public address announcer here at USA Stadium. There are a couple of fellas handling the scoreboard and playing some music. Got their names. I'll have to get them for you. I think they're on the lineup here. I see Luke Minor is a right-hander from right down the road here at Houston High School in Germantown. And not sure if the other one here is Ethan Myers. Might be. Was in a bit of a hurry when I got his name. I'll have to revisit that during a break. Make sure to give those guys a shout out. Luke, very kind to the broadcaster here and gave up his premium seat because the chairs up here in the press box have a little bit left to be desired, of course. Didn't bring my own today, as sometimes I do. Braden Stewart getting warm-up tosses to Trip Ray. Southwest lines up defensively like this. Sammy Chapman in left, Tyler Casserly in center, Preston Rager in right. Tylen Graves at third, Logan Luckett at short, Jonathan Walsh at second, Bryce Turner at first base. Trip Ray behind the plate. Big, tall catcher. Saw him warming up before the game as I was down talking to Pedro Pulliam, one of the right-handed pitchers who's going to redshirt this year. Trip Ray says he's 6'4", 235 from Briarcrest Christian. We are set for baseball, and the first pitch to Drew Plummer is in there for a called strike. We are underway at 1:04 p.m. Central Time. Game time temperature, 40 degrees. It's a ground ball to Luckett. He'll throw on to first base, and Plummer has been retired. Takes me a little bit to get used to not having my man Alec Tromke here handling the cameras and the scoreboard. It is just me as Thrain stands in. D-Train looks at ball one. Just misses outside for ball two. Devin Thrain, a redshirt sophomore, just like Drew Plummer. There's a swing and a miss. Very quiet up here in the press box without, I'm not sure even if I have the ability to open the window, but it'd be pretty chilly. Another swing and a miss on a high fastball. Stewart, after falling behind 2-0, as I put a ball up there. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And we'll have a full count Ministries full count to Devin Thrain with Easton Denning on deck. Stewart working quickly. Ball 4. And the first runner is aboard here with 1 out in the top of the first inning. Brings up left-handed hitting Easton Denning. Denning, a freshman from McMinnville, Tennessee. Very relaxed look at the plate. Stewart is struggling to find the strike zone. Denning hitting .314. He's played in every game for the Pioneers. Leads the team in RBIs with 12. Breaking pitch misses up. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. With Thrain on at first base and Gage Hoover in the on-deck circle. Four doubles tied for the team lead with Hoover. He will look at a called strike on the outside corner there. Count goes 2-1. He is also tied with a team lead in hits with Drew Plummer and Gage Hoover. Throw over to first. Not in time. Thrain has 1 stolen base in 1 attempt. Does not go here, swing and a miss. Pitch low and inside. A 2-ball, 2-strike count to Easton Denning. Pioneers looking to get ahead here early in the top of the first, a 9-inning contest. Changeup misses down. We'll have another Full Count Ministries full count. Using a lot of Full Count Ministries equipment here on the road. Got 4 cameras and audio mixer, camera switcher, another throw over to first. Thrain back standing. We'll have the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Missed it the last game. So that one got recycled. We'll go out of the Old Testament. Runner goes, pitch is inside, and back-to-back walks, puts runners at first and second. That'll bring Gage Hoover to the plate, sophomore from Stewart's Creek High School, hometown Smyrna, Tennessee, hitting .367. He's played in 10 of the 11 games. Getting instructions from head coach Jim McGuire down at third base. Lucas Wilburn, first base coach for the Pioneers. Breaking pitch backs Hoover out of the way. Did not walk out to the outfield track, but I think that's snow out there on the outfield track. Wind is blowing right now, seemingly in. Swing and a miss. It was blowing out to left earlier. The U.S. flag and the Tennessee flag are flying over on the other side of the right field wall. Seemed like they used to have one at center field, but apparently moved it. They're going to throw back to second base, but Thrain back in time. Stewart just making sure that Thrain knows that he's thinking about him. Didn't have time to send him a card, so he thought he'd just turn around and say howdy. 1-1 pitch coming to Hoover with 2 on and 1 out. There's the first ball hit today, and it's fouled straight back. If you have a company and you want to join the Vol State Pioneers baseball team, send me an email to treesports@gmail.com. We'll talk about you being our strike or foul ball sponsor. Breaking pitch misses up. Looking for a strikeout sponsor and a foul ball sponsor. Third straight batter that Braden Stewart has gone 2-2. Hoover looking for a pitch to hit here. And he's not going to get it, and we're going to have another Full Count Ministries full count. On deck is Carson Sanders, the DH. Not with us today, Brady Nepper, who is not well, and Scotty Dean. Breaking pitch is up, and that is 3 straight walks to Pioneer hitters after Drew Plummer grounded out. That loads the bases. Let's see if there'll be a visit here from the Salukis dugout. Nobody appears to be coming out. Carson Sanders will have an opportunity here to put the Pioneers on top early. Stewart from the windup. First pitch swinging, Sanders fouls that one off to the right side. Carson having an excellent start to his season. 8 games played, he starts 6, hitting .389. He has 2 home runs. That pitch misses low and outside. From Clarksville, Tennessee. Stewart working very quickly, but not efficiently. 2 balls and a strike. Carson, one of 9 players from the Clarksville area. He went to Clarksville High School. That whispers out the outside corner. Been a tough pitch for Sanders to even get a bat on. And here we go again with another 2-ball, 2-strike count. On deck is Reed Mashinsky. Drilled out to center field. Back goes Casserly. He makes the catch. Tagging from third is Devin Thrain. He's going to score on the sacrifice fly. And the Pioneers score the Framework Athletics first run of the game on an RBI by Carson Sanders. Framework Athletics, the home of Vol State, both baseball and softball. When the weather's not good. Mashinsky now with 2 outs and 2 on. Lines one down the right field line. That will get into the seats. I said that was the first ball hit. Plummer obviously had the first baseball hit as he grounded out to start the inning. Just seemed like it'd been a long time since anybody swung and actually hit the ball. 3 walks by Stewart. Ball and a strike to Mashinsky, redshirt sophomore from Bradenton, Florida, hitting .357. He's playing in his 10th game. 1-1 pitch. Popped up to the right side. That'll get out of play. That stays in the stands, hit on the last row. And Stewart ahead on the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground out to Plummer, walks to Thrain, Denning, and Hoover. And a sacrifice fly by Carson Sanders, and we'll have another 2 ball, 2 strike count. Not keeping up with pitches, but Stewart is up there here in the first. 2-2 pitch. Let's see if the runners go. They do not. Fly it out to right field. Preston Rager is now getting under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. No hits in the inning, but Ball State scores first. The Framework Athletics first run of the game on a sacrifice fly by Carson Sanders. 2 runners were left on base. We're headed to the bottom of the first. Ball State leads 1-0. You're listening to the Ball State Sports Network.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now,
Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers.
if you're pursuing the CIT program at Ball State, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At Vol State, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at Vol State are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
Logan Luckett, Sammy Chapman, and Tylen Graves to face Eben Hansen. Here in the bottom of the first inning, Vol State took a 1-0 lead in the top of the first. First pitch to Luckett in there for a called strike. Good start for Hansen. Luckett from Adamsville had to back away from that inside fastball. 6'3", 190-pound sophomore, Adamsville, Tennessee. Hitting .349 in the season. Swing and a miss on a slider there. And Hansen's ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Luckett leads the team in runs scored. He has 15. Also has 15 hits. Lines one out to left center field. That's going to get down and split the outfielders for a leadoff double. That's Luckett's second double of the year. And brings up Sammy Chapman, so there's the first hit of the ball game. Sammy Chapman hitting .353. He's also a sophomore. From right down the road, South Haven, Mississippi. North Point Christian. Fastball missed down. A couple years ago, he was a Division II Single A champion, as North Point Christian won 6-5 over Good Pasture that year to get their first championship in a while. Good Pasture was trying to go, I believe that was back-to-back that year. So North Point Christian must have had a really good team, because Good Pasture has some guys that are signed to major league contracts or minor league contracts. Hansen's going to throw back to second base. They do that even when there's no chance of getting the runner, because it does not then count as a disengagement from the rubber, and you only get one of those per batter. So you want to keep that in your hip pocket if you can. So that's why you'll see them occasionally throw back. 2-0 pitch misses outside, and Hansen now struggling to find the strike zone after the leadoff double by Logan Luckett. Scored 105 runs in 12 games. So they're used to scoring runs. Ball 4. Puts runners at first and second. Brings up Tylen Graves, hitting .217. He has 4 doubles, which leads the team, 2 home runs, 11 RBIs. But that's about it for Tylen, 6'3", 190-pound freshman from Bartlett, another suburb here. He started to go. See if they'll check to see if he went right now. They're not. That'll be ball 1. On deck, Bryce Turner, the TCC AA Player of the Week this past week. Hansen looking for a ground ball to a middle infielder here. Hansen, a couple looks back to second and delivers. It's popped up to the right side. That'll do just as well. An infield fly rule will retire Graves for the first out. And Bryce Turner steps to the plate. Dangerous hitter when you've got runners in scoring position. Hitting .381 on the young season. Played in every game. Looks at a breaking pitch. Apparently surprised him. He started to go and then backed off. Double by Luckett and a walk by Chapman. Popped out by Graves brings Bryce Turner to the plate with 2 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Just getting started here in Memphis. There's a fastball poured in on the outside corner, and Hanson gets ahead. On deck, Trip Ray, the catcher, with one shin guard on and one shin guard off. I've never seen that look. 0-2 pitch coming from Hanson. We'll have to wait. He's going to throw back to second base. This time he's going to play catch with Drew Plummer, the redshirt sophomore from Summit High School. Bryce Turner from Patriot, Indiana. That's pretty close to Cincinnati. I had just chatted with him briefly before the game. Cincinnati born and raised. The breaking pitch misses high and away. I remembered him from a couple years ago, and I remember seeing that Patriot, Indiana. I've got an older brother who's one of his daughters has a place there, and it's called Goose Creek. I didn't know if that was the name of their place or that was the name of a little community, but he said, oh, yeah, he's heard of it. So it's apparently a community there. Slider low and away. Could not get Turner fishing. Might be a fisherman, though. And the count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Was 6 for 15 in the week. Ended February 16th. Hit 400 on base at .526 clip. Scored 8 runs at a double and 3 big flies. Hanson thought he might have picked one there on the outside corner, but going to go to a full count Ministries full count with 2 on and 1 out. He also drew 4 walks and drove in 11 runs during that week. On base 10 out of the 19 times he stood in the batter's box. That's a pretty good week. Full count pitch. Hanson's going to come into Turner. He does. He gets a tapper foul off to the left side. There's a full count first pitch. Foul ball off the bat of Bryce Turner. Turner last year, I believe he played 1 game. He tried to come back from apparently a groin tear. Realized he couldn't, so took a medical red shirt. Pops that one up the right side. That looks like that'll get out of play. Hanson will watch it land in the snow that's just off to the right side of the press box and behind the first base stands. A lot of seating capacity here at USA Stadium in Millington, Tennessee. So we are just outside of Memphis. Well, another full count Ministries pitch from Eben Hanson. Stretching the look back to second, delivers ball 4. Apparently just a hair down and the bases are loaded. 2 walks in the inning. So both teams have had the bases loaded with 1 out in their half of the first. Ball State only got 1 out of it on a sacrifice fly by Carson Sanders. That brings up Trip Ray. Ray looks at a called strike. Hitting .350. He's playing in game number 9. It's his 8th start. 7 hits, 2 doubles, 3 home runs. He's driven in 14 runs in those 8 games. Looks at strike two. Looked over toward his dugout. Don't think he agreed with that call. .64 freshman from Germantown, Briarcrest Christian. Swing and a miss, and Evan Hansen picks up a huge strikeout there. Now 2 outs. And Hansen will have to face Preston Rager, the right fielder and number 6 hitter in the lineup. Rager, a sophomore, hitting .318. 7 hits, including 2 home runs. Fouls that one straight back. Southwest Tennessee with 16 home runs already in 12 games. Ball State has 10 in 11 games. That 10 is like 9 away from all of the home runs they had last year as Hansen picks on that outside corner again. Right now finding that to his liking. Gage Hoover in left, Devin Thrain in center, Reed Mashinsky in right. Hudson Blank at third, Tucker Lorenz at short, Drew Plummer at second, Easton Denning at first, Lex Falsoni behind the plate, and Hansen delivers. As the infield was walking off the field, I am set back pretty far here at USA Stadium, the press box, and I'm up pretty high as well, so my gauge for pitches is a little bit off. 1-2 pitch, breaking pitch stays up. And Hansen will want to make this pitch his money pitch. He doesn't want to go full count with the bases loaded and 2 outs. On deck is Tyler Casserly. And a swing and a miss on a pitch out of the zone. And Hansen wiggles off the hook. Back-to-back strikeouts. Retires Southwest Tennessee. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 3 runners left on base. Both pitchers struggling to find the strike zone. But Vol State leads after 1. I'd like to thank Stacy Plummer, Joy Newsom, also known as Grandma Loco, up in Bowling Green. Stacy Plummer, the mother of Drew Plummer. They've sent an email in, just like Jane Effler Hansen. Ms. James was early. I just replied to it after we started. And I'm sure the Plumbers are listening in. Papa and Granny. Granny, I think, is not looking at my sheet, Bob. I can't memorize all the grandparents' names. I'm just a plain grandpa, but there's a lot of people out there that have really cool grandparent names. My favorite of all time was Brody Melton's, one of his sets of grandparents, Tootsie and Pops. I never met Tootsie and Pops, but Brody's now playing with the Milligan Buffaloes. But I thought that was a pretty cool grandparent names right there. My wife's got a cool one. Her name is ZZ. Her name is Susan, and there's a hard Z sound in there, so thought it would be easy for grandkids to say ZZ rather than Grandma. Poppy and Nana in Franklin. There we go. Longtime supporters of this broadcast. Braden Stewart facing Hudson Blank. First pitch to Blank, he fouls back. That gets off the roof and into the seating area. Next one to Blank, misses low and away. Hudson Blank, Tucker Lorenz, and Lex Falsoni set to face Braden Stewart. Blank started to go. They want to check down at first base. Base umpire today in game 1, Tyler Green. Behind the plate, Tony Young. 2-man crew. 2 balls and a strike to the freshman from Marissa, Illinois. And the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. If Braden Stewart ever took time to look up at the scoreboard, he would have seen that number sequence regularly already. 2-2 pitch. That's going to be on the outside corner for strike 3. His first strikeout of the ball game, as Blank is retired. Brings up left-handed hitting Tucker Lorenz. Lorenz, a freshman from Sweetwater High School, Loudon, Tennessee. Ground ball to the left side to his counterpart. Play by Luckett is made over to Turner for out number 2. And that brings Babe Lex Falsoni Ruth to the plate. Falsoni, first pitch he saw in the 2025 season, he deposited over the left field wall. 2 at-bats later, he hit another one out. He's 2 for 3, slugging percentage of 2.667. See if he can keep that up all year. Swing and a miss there. A sophomore from Stewart's Creek High School. Got to look at a strike on that outside corner, and Stewart feeling energized here after retiring the first 2 on a strikeout and a ground out. Gotten ahead of Falsoni. Fouled straight back. On deck, Drew Plummer. Check swing. It's just to save his face. Is my man Pedro Pulliam coming out, handing some baseballs to our home plate umpire. Pedro stayed at my house this past summer. There's a slider that's driven into center field for the first hit of the game, and Lex Falsoni batting .750 now. He's 3 for 4. He says, Coach, move me up in the lineup. I'm hitting 9th. Drew Plummer stands in. He's 0 for 1. Grounded out to his counterpart, second baseman. Another half swing there. Looks like he was fooled. Fouls it off to the right side. Again, his mom, Stacy, listening in. Appreciate your kind comments. She's in Thompson Station. At least that's where she lives. I don't know where she is now. Swinging a foul ball straight back. His dad, Bobby, lives in Spring Hill. Poppy and Nana, they're in Franklin. Papa Mike, Nana Sue, my town, not my hometown, but Hendersonville. And Mimi in Spring Hill, Tennessee. Nice stop there by the catcher, Ray, to keep Falsoni at first base. Devin Thrain on deck. Scored the Framework Athletics first run of the game. He wants to get an at-bat here in the second. Pitch is way outside. Men's and women's basketball team playing at Pellissippi State today. That's over in Knoxville. First time ever that basketball will be played between those two teams. Swinging a foul ball straight back. Pellissippi State has been a community college for a long time. They just have not played baseball, softball, and basketball until this year. 2-2 pitch is outside. We'll have another Full Count Ministries. Full count. Lex Falsoni will be on the move. Bryce Turner will play behind Falsoni. Outfield playing deep and left, but straight away in all three spots. Stewart stretches and delivers. Drilled out to left field. Back goes Sammy Chapman. He's going to watch that one go over the wall. Drew Plummer has just left the yard. 2-run home run for Drew Plummer. That is his first home run of the year, second of his career. And the Pioneers lead 3-0. A 2-out home run brings up Devin Thrain to the plate. Thrain started the walk rally in the first. You know, I say that was Plummer's. You know, Plummer, I am wrong. That's his second of the year. He walked it off with a home run. That's right. My bad to the Plummer family. Good thing I do this in pencil. That's his second of the year, third of his career. Three balls and a strike to D-Train with Easton Denning on deck. He wouldn't mind getting an at-bat here in the second inning. 3-0, Vol State leads. Popped up on the right side. That'll get out to Rager. Loses his hat and has to go back and toward the line to make the catch, but he does. 4-out number 3. The Pioneers, strength of back-to-back hits brought to you by Hit After Hit. Pick up 2 more runs as Drew Plummer hits his second big fly of the year to drive in Lex Falsoni and himself. 3-0. We're headed to the bottom of the second. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a detective working on cases, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at volstate.edu. Every day, all around the nation, people find themselves in need of a hero. Fire and emergency medical responders are those heroes we need. If you desire to make a difference in your community, visit volstate.edu to learn more.
Evan Hansen staked to a 3-0 lead now. He takes the mound for the bottom of the second. Transfer from King University. Hello to Carl and Jane Hansen. Already got an email from Jane earlier. He's got a sister, Neely, Grammy and Aunt Betty, Pap and Mimi, probably all listening, watching in Maynardville. Casserly, Walsh, and Bright come to the plate here in the bottom of the second to face Hansen. First pitch swinging. Casserly comes up empty. So Drew Plummer with a 2-run home run. Top of the second with 2 outs. Gives Vol State the 3-0 lead. Last year, the Pioneers up in Gallatin defeated Southwest in game 1. It was a 12-2 mercy rule game. Then lost the doubleheader 7-2 and 5-4. Hansen misses again. Count goes 3 balls and 1 strike to the left-handed hitting center fielder. Swinging a drive out the left field. Back goes Hoover. He's not going to get to that one, and it goes out of the park as well. Wind must be swirling. That's opposite field. Don't know that Casserly is a home run hitter. That's his second of the year. 5th RBI, solo shot. Puts Southwest on the board. Hoover was going back. He was not playing particularly deep, but a number 7 hole hitter, left-handed hitter, Not expecting the ball going deep that way, but that's Casserly's second. That'll bring Jonathan Walsh to the plate. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Walsh hitting .280. Second hit of the ball game. Both are extra bases. Leadoff double in the first by Logan Luckett. And now a leadoff home run in the second for Southwest Tennessee. Ball and 2 strikes to Walsh. On deck, the DH, Matthew Bright. Walsh, a 6 foot, 160-pound freshman from Dover, Tennessee. Went to Stewart County High School. 2-2 pitch from Hanson. Catches that outside corner. So says Tony Young. In his opinion's the only one that matters. Third strikeout of the ball game for Hanson, and the first out here in the second. Matthew Bright hitting .273 stands in. Left-handed hitter. Either that or he's a switch hitter. Swing and a miss on the first pitch he sees. 6'3", 190-pound freshman from Dallas, Georgia. Popped up off to the left side. Gets out of play, and the count goes no balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Solo home run by Tyler Casserly is lifted over the head of Easton Denning and foul. This is Tyler Green. It was a soft line drive that hooked just to the right of the fair line. Count stays 2 strikes on the batter. Again, we want to thank Accurate Mortgage for their support of Vol State baseball. They sponsor our Game Time Temperatures. A swing and a miss. And the second time in the ball game, back-to-back strikeouts by Eben Hansen. Bring us back to the top of the lineup. Logan Luckett hit a double in the left center field gap. Game time temperature today was 40 degrees. Feels like temperature of 36 here in Millington. Popped up on the right side. This should be easy for Denning, who makes the catch in foul territory for out number 3. But the Salukis get 1 back. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. After 2, it is 3-1. Vol State leads. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now,
Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers.
if you're pursuing the CIT program at Ball State, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At Vol State, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at Vol State are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
Bob Plummer, Poppy and Nana are watching in Franklin. They sent in an email to treesports@gmail.com. They've got a big birthday party to head to. Mackley, 3-year-old birthday party. That's her Uncle Drew, plays second base for the Pioneers, and hit a big 2-run home run right now is the difference in the game. So I'm going to go with, that is maybe Brennan and Dylan's little girl. Drew's got an older sister, Brennan. He has an older brother, Robbie, as well. Easton Denning, Gage Hoover, and Carson Sanders set to face Braden Stewart as Denning goes out of the strike zone there to swing and miss. Time called by home plate umpire Tony Young. I'm not sure what he's talking. He might be talking to him about when he can go to his mouth with his hands. Easton Denning walked but was stranded at second in the first inning. Braden Stewart, after 1 out, walked 3 straight batters. Carson Sanders drove in one of them with a sac fly. Fouled straight back. And Little was able to retire Mashinsky on a fly out. Ball State with 1 in the first, 2 in the second. Developing a pattern here. I know I'm saying it wrong. A pattern. This is inside. If you've been with me, you might have heard this story. My one and only son, the one in whom I am well pleased, when he was a little boy, used to call it a pattern. 2-2 pitch, grounded to the right side, Turner bobbles. Finally gains control and steps on the base for out number 1. He also couldn't say banana or piano early on. He's 33. He says all those words perfectly now. Gage Hoover stands in. He walked in the first. Breaking pitch catches the outside corner. Hoover, the son of Mike and Angie Hoover, started to go, and they're going to say he went on the slider away. Hello to the homers and the hoppers up in Pittsburgh, both sets of his grandparents living in the Steel City, and he starts to go again, and they want to check down at first base, and that was not an at-bat that Gage Hoover's going to want to think about. So with 2 down quickly here in the third. Carson Sanders stands in. Second strikeout for Stewart. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. Sanders flew out to center field, drove in Devin Thrain. Batting here with nobody on. And 2 out, fouls that one off to the right side. Popped up again and out of play. Some snowballs today. There is snow still around the outside of the field. There's actually snow out there in the warning tracks as well. Sanders gets a piece of that one, stays alive, and 1 ball, 2 strike count. Carson Sanders, look at a pitch. Looked like it hopped to me. Trip Ray, the catcher, looked like he was trying to stick that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Down goes Sanders. And for the first time, the Pioneers are retired in order. So the pattern stopped at 1-2 and then 0. Head to the bottom of the third, 3-1, Vol State leads.
Cybercrimes take place online, and companies need more well-trained workers to stop it.
Vol State is training me to help combat cybercrimes in the future.
We're training them for those type of jobs that are out there. Vol State CIT programs prepare students to earn industry standard certifications within the IT industry.
I choose Vol State because the future needs me now. My story could be your story.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a teacher in a classroom, a detective working on cases, a lawyer or a judge, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at volstate.edu.
All four sports for the Pioneers and the Lady Pioneers are playing out away from Gallatin today. Men's and women's basketball playing in Knoxville at Pellissippi State. The Lady Pioneers softball team playing down in Alabama, Chocolaco Park, I believe is how you say that. Had a doubleheader loss yesterday and playing a doubleheader again today down there. Head coach Christian Lynn and the Lady Pioneers. Sammy Chapman, Tylen Graves, and Bryce Turner, the three due up and smash to Easton Denning, and he's going to handle that one. So in the third, both teams' leadoff batters ground out 3 unassisted. Now Graves, who popped out to Denning, stands in. Looks at a floater that must have stayed a little bit high. Floating breaking pitch to Graves. Count goes 2 balls and no strikes with Bryce Turner in the on-deck circle. It's not really a circle there. It's just the on-deck area. Slider misses away, and Hanson's gone 3 balls and no strikes to the number 3 hole hitter, Tylen, Tylan Graves. And there's a 4-pitch walk. That's what he did to Chapman in the first. Third walk of the game for Hanson. Came in with only 5 in 10 innings, so a little bit of an oddity there. He also walked Bryce Turner to load the bases, but then struck out Trip Ray and Preston Rager to strand the bases loaded. Throw over to first. Graves back. Graves 1 stolen base. They've got 35 stolen bases in 42 attempts, so they have been caught 7 times. Leading base stealer is Sammy Chapman, the left fielder. Long pause. Hanson now delivers. Another breaking pitch to start off Turner. This one misses. Folks bundled up here at USA Stadium. Throw over. Wind has died down now. Flags pretty much limp out on past the right field wall. It was before the game. Stiff breeze. Throw over. Not in time. Appreciate the hospitality of the folks here in the visiting press box. Out ahead of that breaking pitch was Turner. Fouls it off. Broadcasting alone today. Tomorrow, expect Jay Harper with the Game Time Sports Network to be right next to me, broadcasting for the home folks, the Southwest Tennessee crowd. If you're with Southwest Tennessee, glad to have you on the Vol State Sports Network. Swing and a miss. I'll be broadcasting with Jay in the TCCAA men's and women's basketball tournament here in a couple weeks from just right down the road at Southwest. They've got the runner picked off. Throw to second base. Tag applied by Lorenz. And a caught stealing is how that will go down. Not sure if I got the right camera on that one. I hope the ending is good. So a caught stealing 1-3 to 6 for out number 2. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count to Bryce Turner with nobody on is high. Full Count Ministries, full count. Changing out the Full Count Ministries sign back at Pioneer Field. Apparently issue with that. Really quick movement here as that ball's popped up on the right side. Plummer out on the outfield grass. And Uncle Drew makes the catch for out number 3. After walking a batter, a pickoff / caught stealing, and now pop up, and only 3 come to the plate. So 3 retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. I want to say hello to Dr. Wendy Tostenson, the new president for Volunteer State Community College. She's going to be wearing out her phone and her iPad and her computer today, trying to keep track of all the sports there away. I'm not sure if Chocolaco Park is broadcasting a video or audio down there, but I know Pellissippi should be doing it on there for the basketball games. And, of course, we are here at USA Stadium for the 3-game series between Southwest Tennessee and the visiting Pioneers of Volunteer State. Dr. Wendy Tostenson's been kind to get on the broadcast a couple weeks ago now on our opening game, and she is the super fan for the Pioneers. You'll see her at basketball games. She's been at 4 of the baseball games, and weather has not been all that great. And she's just sent in an email, said, "We are listening." That could be her and Kyle. It could be her and Lucas. It could be her, Kyle, and Lucas. She's got 2 others. I don't know their names, but they're older. And it's a son and a daughter, daughter and a son. I'll get it, Dr. T, at some point in time. That'll get up into my memory, and it'll stick there for a little while. Dr. T listening in. What an infectious personality she is. Just like Reed Mashinsky. Mashinsky looks at a strike on the outside corner. Redshirt sophomore from Bradenton, Florida. One of 4 Floridians. Swing and a miss. Alec Trompke had to remind me. He's a medical redshirt, but he is from Sarasota. Stewart tried to pick on that outside corner again. Let's get the correct count up here. 2 balls and 2 strikes is what it says out here on the scoreboard. And we'll have a Full Count Ministries full count. Mashinsky flew out to right field to end the first. The other 2 Floridians are J.C. Menendez and Jaden Perez. They're both from Miami, Florida. Full count, and Mashinsky fooled on that breaking pitch. He goes down swinging. That's 3 straight strikeouts for Braden Stewart here to finish the 3rd and begin the 4th. Hudson Blank, who was his first strikeout victim, grounds one down to 3rd. That's a foul ball. as the play is made by Graves, but home plate umpire Tony Young says, well, that's foul, just kick to the left. Tylen Graves down there talking to Jim McGuire. I don't know that Graves agreed with the call. Again, his opinion doesn't matter. The 0-1 pitch to Hudson. This is going to be grounded to the left side. Tough hop there for Luckett. He picks and throws to retire Hudson for out number 2. All artificial surface here, all the way around the ballpark here at USA Stadium. Most of the fields here are similarly equipped. He squares to bunt, does Lorenz, and fouls it off the screen. Coach McGuire, I think, told me on the way down here that, I don't think he told me, I know he told me, I think it's just one field that has grass outfield but artificial infield. Swing and a miss as Lorenz takes a healthy hack and comes up empty. He grounded out to short in the second inning. Stewart, Roxanne fires, misses just inside. Lorenz playing in his 11th game of the year, hitting .259. True freshman. Swing and a miss. He's down on strikes. And Braden Stewart has retired the last 7 that he's faced. 4 of those via the strikeout. Ball State still leads 3-1. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network.
Man, thanks to that ball and personal price you gave me, I was able to scoop me up some new kicks.
Really? I like those. You look like you're ready for a marathon now.
You know, on second thought, we're always looking for some fresh talent. Have you thought about going back and playing?
Really? Man, have I ever. Wow.
Go to the goal. There you go, buddy. Jake.
You for real, Coach?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about the personal price, Coach. Everybody at Toyota Gallatin gets it. That's what makes us so special.
Well, on second thought, I think we're all booked up.
Come on, Coach. For real? Give me a shot.
We'll pass.
Oh, come on. Wow.
Old Johnny Lynn. That's a pretty face right there on that commercial. It's Trip Ray facing Eben Hansen for the second time. He comes out swinging on the breaking pitch. He struck out swinging in the first with the bases loaded. Hansen delivers, popped up on the right side. Denning over to the fence to take a look, but he'll see that one land just in the aluminum seating area. Not a soul sitting on that side. Probably got 50 people sitting right in front of, or right in front of the press box behind home plate. And then there's a handful on the left side behind the third base dugout where the Pioneers reside. 0-2 pitch, misses way outside. Trip Ray, Preston Rager, and Tyler Casserly. Swing and a miss, and Ray goes down swinging for the second time. Strikeout number 5 for Hansen. Family listening back in Maynardville. Surely that's how it's said. Maynardville. Like Shelbyville. Louisville. Swing and a miss by Rager. Hanson using the breaking pitch here early in this game. There's a fastball. Catches the outside corner, and Hanson getting ahead in the count. Rager also a strikeout victim with the bases loaded to end the first. Another off-speed pitch stays up high. On deck, Tyler Casserly. Got a solo home run leading off the second. Hanson pitches from the stretch, closed stance, and delivers. This is down. We'll be back here tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. for game one of the doubleheader, 2 7-inning contests, unless they make a change on that. Slider misses away after. I've got a full count, Ministries full count. They finally get it up on the scoreboard. Hanson was 0-2 to Rager and has missed with the last 3. Fouled back. Originally moved the day 2 doubleheader up to 11 a.m. because there's going to be another game coming in after this here. Bradley against Siena, so D1. Slider catches that outside corner. Throw down to first base to complete the out. So give the put out to Easton Denning. I thought he caught it, but Lex Falsoni throws down to first. Back-to-back strikeouts. Brought to you by, it could be your company. Swing a pop up out to center field. Devin Thrain will meander over into the gap and make the catch on a 1-2-3 inning for Vol State. The first true 1-2-3 inning for Eben Hanson, who's now through 4, giving up only 2 hits in the 1 run. And we will head to the 5th. Be right back for more Pioneer Baseball. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network.
Every day, all around the nation, people find themselves in need of a hero. Fire and emergency medical responders are those heroes we need. They make the difference between life and death. If you desire to make a difference in your community, Vol State is leading the way in training everyday heroes. We offer EMS, paramedic, and fire science programs. Spring 2024 enrollment is now open. Visit volstate.edu to learn more. The demand for mechatronics professionals is on the rise. Students get to earn a wage and college credit simultaneously via our work-based learning program. This hands-on experience gives them a competitive edge in the job market. Industries like automotive, aerospace, electronics, healthcare, and even mining rely heavily on these systems. These positions offer competitive salaries and a chance to contribute to the cutting-edge technologies that are shaping the world around us. Join us in pioneering the future of manufacturing through the power of mechatronics. Visit volstate.edu to start blazing your pathway now. Classes are available now at the Gallatin and Cookeville campuses.
9-1-2 to come to the plate for the Pioneers. Lex Falsoni, Drew Plummer, and Devin Thrain to face Braden Stewart on for his 5th inning. And hot-hitting Lex Falsoni drives one down the left field line. That's a fair ball. Falsoni is smoking hot. Give him a double and a single in this contest. That's a dudette double off the bat of sophomore Lex Falsoni. Seemingly loving the first pitch that he sees. He's got a home run and a double in his now 4 for 5 season. Hitting .800. It's hard to raise your batting average when you come in hitting .667. But you can do it with 2 hits as Stewart will throw back to check on the speedy Lex Falsoni. Got a late start after a lower body injury right before the season started. Did not play in first probably 2 series at least. First pitch swinging Plummer comes up empty. Drew hit a 2-run bomb, 2 outs in the second. I said it was his first of the year. I was incorrect. It was his second. Got his hands out of the way of that inside pitch. Maynardville checking in on the email. Miss Elizabeth, thank you for the email. Plummer sees a slider go outside. Lex Falsoni started off the inning with a double down the left field line. Got into the snow, had to be dug out by Sammy Chapman. Came out, it had a carrot between it, threw it in. Popped up to the right side. This should get down and out of play. It will. Rager goes over to check on it. Somebody in the bullpen will go snag that foul ball. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Snow on the outfield warning track right up against the wall out there. 2-2 pitch coming from Stewart. Grounded to the right side. Drew Plummer gets the job done as he moves the runner to third. That is one of those plays you don't see on the score sheet. But you want to move a runner over from second to third with nobody out, and that brings the infield in as Devin Thrain comes to the plate. Falsoni down at third base. Hard ground ball gets through. That's a base hit for Thrain. And a spinning plate that I missed. Hopefully I got it back over there. But Thrain drives in Falsoni with the drawn in infield. And Vol State now leads 4-1. It's Devin Thrain's first hit, I believe, in a while, so I know that had to feel good for him. And that brings Easton Denning to the plate. 2 hits in the inning. Denning looking to pick up the third hit. Looks at ball 1. Denning came in hitting .314, 0 for 1 with a walk. Pops that one up to the left side. That will get out of play as Graves comes over and sees it land in the seats. Denning, 6'3", 215-pound freshman, biology major, son of Terry and Sierra Denning. 1 ball, 1 strike count, 1 out, 1 in, 1 on. Throw over to first. D-Train is back. He's got 3 siblings, all younger: Ruby, Willa, and Lawson. Pappy and Nani in McMinnville. Papa and Grana also in McMinnville. Stacy and Gigi in Dunlap. Another foul ball out of play. Strong first baseman down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the fall, he had 5 doubles and 3 home runs, tied him with Carson Sanders and Gage Hoover for the home run lead in the fall. He led the team in RBIs with 16. Looking for one here. Has a weak swing on that inside slider, and he goes down on strikes. Clearly fooled by Braden Stewart so far. That's Stewart's 6th strikeout. It's now 2 outs. Devin Thrain on at first base. Gage Hoover stands in. He also fooled on that slider. Hoover saw 3 pitches in his last at-bat. He did not look good at the plate. He struck out swinging. He's down in the count 0-1 here. Popped that one up and seen 5 pitches, and they've been 5 strikes. His last 2 plate appearances. Walked in the first. Former Mr. Baseball at the creek. That's Stewart's Creek. Another strong young man. And another one on deck. There's strike three. Gage Hoover riding that struggle bus here the last two plate appearances. Goes down looking for out number three, but the Pioneers pick up one more on the RBI single by Devin Thrain. There were 2 hits in the inning. No errors, 1 runner left on base. Headed to the bottom of the 5th, but first we will get to our Alley Cassidy Brick and Stone Alumni Spotlight, as today's alumni is Michael Henry, who I don't know, but he's got a brick in the alumni patio. First baseman, played in 1998 and 1999. That means he's a young man. Michael Henry, one of several Vol State baseball alums who've sent $100 in to the program and got a brick engraved with his name and the years he played and the position he played. If you've got a sophomore or a player who's finishing up his career at Vol State, appreciate your support. Send me an email. I'll send you the form to fill out. I know the Thrains have and the Hoovers have. We want to get full participation from this year's squad. I'd love to personally place your son or grandson's brick into the alumni patio. Send me an email at treesports@gmail.com, and like I said, I'll get you the form to do that. It's a fundraiser for the Pioneers. Jonathan Walsh, Matthew Bright in the top of the order. And first pitch swinging, grounded into the hole. Lorenz gloves, throws. He's not going to get Walsh, who reaches first base on the infield single. Trying to give you 4 camera views here, folks, but I'm riding that struggle bus too. Trying to remember which camera to get to. At home, I leave all that up to Alec Tromke. Matthew Bright struck out in his first plate appearance. It's the 3rd hit of the ball game for the Salukis. What's a Saluki, you say? Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. Could be spelled S-A-L-U-K-I or Q-I. I've seen it. A Saluki is a type of a dog, like a long-haired, long-snouted dog. I believe Southern Illinois University is also the Salukis. There are a handful of other colleges that use that mascot. Another throw over to first. Hanson's already picked off or caught stealing Tylen Graves. We'll try to get another one here, and the runner goes. Pitch is delivered. Throw down to second base is offline. Backhanded, knocked down by a plumber, but pitch called a strike. But a stolen base for Walsh. And I've got a 1-2 count. There's the scoreboard catching up. The runner at second base now. Salukis are down 4-1, trying to get back in it. Hanson looked like he tried to step on a fastball there and yanks it glove side. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck, Logan Luckett, the leadoff batter. That's a lot of L's there. Hanson has the sign, looks back at second, and delivers. Breaking pitch misses outside. We'll have a full count. Ministries full count. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. We'll also have the Toyota of Gallatin player of the game, or players, depending on how this plays out. Hanson 3 looks back at second. He's going to throw back to second. Thank you, Grammy from Maynardville. Love getting emails, especially from grandparents, watching and listening. Their grandsons to do good. Full count pitch, fouled off. Sammy Chapman, who's in the hole, will come out and get that one. Pedro Pulliam doesn't want to come out. Snag it. He's going to get it after Chapman picks it up. Of another full count pitch. Lorenz trying to get in behind. Hanson thinking a lot about him out there. Delivers the pitch. It's another one sliced foul. That'll get into the seats. Pedro Pulliam, a right-handed pitcher for Southwest Tennessee, played last year as a freshman, but this past summer he played for the Full Count Rhythm team I broadcast for in a summer collegiate league, and he stayed at my house along with Andrew Perry, a freshman left-hander at Belmont. Another foul ball. So would see obviously the two of them from time to time coming to my house. They stayed down in our basement. We have a finished out basement. Nice place for young baseball players to hang out in the summertime, but got to know him over the summer. But he's taking a redshirt year this year, concentrating on his studies. Another full count pitch from Hanson, and that is going to hit Matthew Bright. So instead of ball four, it's going to be a hit by pitch. That's the fourth plunking of a batter, and that will draw pitching coach Trevor Mutzi out of the dugout. First year as the pitching coach here at Vol State, came from Davidson Academy, where he was the director of data analytics. Also coached travel ball for Exposure Baseball and TriStar Baseball. Got married this past November to Sarah, and he is from Shaw, Mississippi. Played baseball at Cumberland University, where he got a master's in sports management degree. Also at Jacksonville State and played at Motlow State as well. He is out trying to settle down Eben Hanson, who's allowed the first two to reach here in the fifth. Ball State with a 3-run lead. Now going to be looking for a ground ball off the bat of Logan Luckett, or a pop out or a strikeout to get that first out, or maybe the first two. We've had to do that double in the game. Now the Pioneers defensively looking for a do-dat double play. Logan Luckett doubled in the first and popped out to first in foul territory to end the second inning. A right-handed hitter. He's the shortstop for the Salukis. Squaring around a bunt. Throw down to third base. Gets off the glove of Hudson Blank. And a double steal puts runners at second and third. So Walsh has 2 steals in the inning. Bright picks up the stolen base as well. Now the typical do-dat double play not in play here. Fouled off. So Southwest Tennessee, they were being sneaky with the fake bunt and double steal. Those Salukis, you got to watch them. 1-1 pitch. It's going to catch the outside corner. Right, probably where Luckett wants the pitch thrown. He wants to go to the right side if he can. He's got a hole over there with Plummer playing up the middle a little bit at second base. Well, shoot it to the right side. He had an opportunity there. Let's see what Hanson delivers here. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch, and Luckett down on strikes. Big strikeout there for Eben Hanson. That is strikeout number 7. For the first out in the fifth, Sammy Chapman stands in. Left-handed hitting left fielder. Walked and grounded out. Ground ball to short. This will get 1 run in. Lorenz gloves, throws on to first base, and Chapman just barely nipped at first base. He runs well, plus in that left-handed batter's box. He gets the RBI ground out. And Southwest Tennessee down by 2 with Tylen Graves at the plate. Breaking pitch nips the outside corner for called strike 1. Graves popped out to the first baseman, walked, and was picked off / caught stealing in the third. Ground ball off the pitcher's mound. A throw over to third base, and that will end the inning. So Hansen does get out of further trouble, gives up 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, 1 runner left on base. We are through 5 innings. Vol State with the 4-2 lead. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network.
The Volunteer State has always been home to pioneers. Dreamers and hard workers blaze their paths here. From the TVA to Mountain Dew to touchscreen monitors to the Grand Ole Opry, Tennessee has been home to innovators, creators, and entertainers. From humble beginnings to changing the world, Tennesseans have pushed the boundaries of what is possible. We pioneer healthcare, infrastructure, engineering, and product development. At Volunteer State College, we've developed our degree certifications to carry the torch of Tennessee's success with flexible options to help you blaze your pathway. We are searching for pioneer-minded students who are on their own journey of growth. Learn how these pathways are shaping the future of Tennessee. Like those that have come before. Blaze your pathway. Your career awaits. Vol State.
Tim Reese back on the Vol State Sports Network. Thanks for joining me, whether you're a Pioneer fan or a Saluki fan. Glad to be able to bring you TCCAA baseball action here from chilly Millington, Tennessee. About 41 degrees now with a feels-like temperature of upper 30s. Vol State with 4-2 lead. Dr. Tostenson, Vol State president, listening in with Kyle. And she gave me I need to see it in writing like this, Dr. Tostenson. I appreciate that. Lyle, who's 26, he's engaged to be married. Carson Sanders, who is not engaged to be married that I know of, looks at ball 1. Too young to get married, Carson. Take it from me, buddy. 20's way too early. Looks at a called strike on a fastball from Braden Stewart. Lyle and Mary Logan. So it's boy, girl, boy. Swing and a miss by Sanders. He's got a younger sister. It's just boy, girl in the Sanders household. 1-2 pitch. Out to left center field. That'll dump right in front of Tyler Casserly, the center fielder. For a leadoff single, Carson, the Barber Sanders, he's 1 for 2. Drove in a run in the first with a sacrifice fly. Fifth hit of the ball game for the Pioneers brings up Reed Mashinsky. He does not have a hit. Nearly got hit there on an inside fastball. He's 0 for 2. Fly out and a strikeout. Getting married in March is Lyle. Lyle and Taylor. Come on, Reed, take it. Breaking pitch, baby. Take it off the arm. Backs away from the break pitch. Looks down at Jim McGuire, the head coach, in the third bases coaching box. And Braden Stewart had a little trouble finding the zone here, facing Mashinsky with Hudson Blank in the on-deck circle. That's in there for a called strike. Mashinsky, 6'3", 175 pounds, from Lakewood Ranch High School. Looks at another called strike of a full count, Ministries full count. Hello to Mike and Karen Mashinsky, listening down in Bradenton. Grampy and Grammy in Sarasota. Fisted, that's going to get into the glove of Bryce Turner, who turned like a good defensive back and made the over-the-shoulder catch as Mashinsky got sawed off there. A little soft pop-up for out number 1. Brings up Blank. He's 0 for 2. Hudson, the son of Joshua and Marissa Blank, from Marissa, Illinois. Hudson, 6'2", 185-pound freshman, general studies major at Vol State. Hello to Big Ed and Rhoda, also in Marissa, Illinois. Looks at a fastball right down Broadway. A great fall season, hit .386 for Vol State, about 20 games. Tapper is going to be a tough play for Graves. Backhands can't get the handle on that one. That's going to be an infield single and put runners at first and second. Blank with a slow roller down to his counterpart at third base. So both teams with infield singles. It's 2 hits in the inning. Had 2 hits in the second, 2 hits in the 5th. Looking for big inning here as Tucker Lorenz steps in with 1 out and 2 on. Takes a hack at the first pitch he sees and fouls it back. Lorenz also 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Tucker's got my number. Number 7. It's one I had at Belmont College 140 years ago. That's not that long. 1980 to 1982. 5'10", 170-pound freshman, son of Jeremy and Emily Lorenz. So back away from that inside fastball. 2 balls and a strike. Load of Papaw and Grammy and Gramps and Doozy, all from Loudon, Tennessee. And his younger sister, Riley. Swings and pops that one up off to the left side. Graves will come over to the fence. See, he has no chance at that one. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes to the left-handed hitting shortstop. Brady Nepper might be listening back at home. Hope you get to feeling better soon, Brady. It's going to go out to left field. On comes Chapman and makes the one-handed grab. 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Out of the dugout comes Eric Schoenrock, and he's going to get the baseball from Braden Stewart. I'm not sure how many pitches he's thrown. He threw a bunch in that first inning. But they're going to get the baseball from him. We're going to have a new pitcher. We'll take a quick break and be back, tell you all we know about him when we return right here on the Vol State Sports Network.
Hey, Jake, that personal price you gave me was a home run. I can't wait to give you some free baseball lessons.
Man, I'm really excited about this myself. But you do realize the thing with Toyota of Gallatin is everybody gets the personal price. It's what makes us special.
Wait, what? Everybody gets it?
Everybody gets it.
Let's play ball.
Okay.
Jake, you ready?
Let's do this, Coach. Hey, Coach, this is pretty easy.
We'll see about that.
Oh, I think I pulled something.
Yeah, better luck next time, old man.
I think I'm done, Coach. Call 911.
New pitcher on for the Salukis. Number 22, Hezekiah Scott. The new pitcher on in relief of Braden Stewart. He goes 5 2/3 innings. Gives up 6 hits so far, 4 runs. All of those are earned. Walked 3, struck out 7. And right now on the hook for the loss if the Pioneers hold on. Hezekiah Scott is a true freshman from Clarksville, Tennessee. Former teammate of Brody Prairie. And who else went there? Drew Moorhead, also a Rossview Hawk. He will come in with 2 on and 2 out to face Lex Falsoni, the hottest hitter on the planet. Looks at a breaking pitch on the outside corner for called strike. Falsoni singled and scored in the second, doubled and scored in the 5th. He has 4 hits in his first 5 plate appearances in the 2025 season. Slider apparently whispered at the outside corner, and Falsoni is now down in the count. 0-2. 6 foot, 170-pound freshman is Hezekiah Scott. Swinging in a dropped 3rd strike. Trip Ray will throw on to first base to complete the out. So Scott comes in and strands the 2 runners, striking out Falsoni. No runs in the inning, 2 hits. They were stranded, and Braden Stewart will finish with 4 runs all earned. Did not hit a batter and faced 26 batters. So we will go to the bottom of the 6th. Let's get all that cleared off of there. I get my score sheet right. And we'll see if that's Eben Hansen back out on the mound. I believe it still is. He's coming out for his bottom of the 6th inning. Ball State still leads 4-2. We'll be right back. And we have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. That is not right-hander Eben Hansen. That is right-hander Brady Davis, 5'11", 165-pound freshman. He's from Clarksville, Tennessee as well, Clarksville High School. A business major, the son of Rodney and Ryan Davis, brother to Faith, grandson of Grandpa and Grammy, both in Clarksville, Tennessee. Davis on in relief of Eben Hansen. Hansen goes 5 innings. Gives up 3 hits, 2 runs that were earned. Walked 3, hit a batter. And struck out 7. In line for his first win as a Pioneer, but Ball State's got to get through the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, and this will be a big inning here for Brady Davis as he tosses a nice little breaking pitch over for a called strike to Bryce Turner. It's a swing and a miss on another breaking pitch. Davis ahead in the count. Just missed inside. Davis wearing the number 23, or 46 in the fall. 2-2 pitch, misses low and away. Full count Ministries, full count to number 0, Bryce Turner. Tapper foul. That'll go past the coach who's coaching at third, and I'm not sure who that is. It's not Eric Schoenrock. It's not Wade Weinberger. Could be Jared Kirkman, Wyatt McKnight. Brady Davis delivers. Popped up and out of play again. Turner's 0 for 1 with a walk. Came in as a TCCAA Player of the Week. Going 6 for 15. Drilled to left field. If it's fair, it's trouble, and it is fair, and it is one hopping off the wall. Throw to second is going to be just inside the second base bag, and that's a leadoff double for Bryce Turner. He's now 1 for 2. Brings up Trip Ray. Ray 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, stands in with a runner at second, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Changeup gets in there for a called strike. Davis on for his second appearance of the year. Went 3 1/3 innings in his only other appearance. 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, no runs allowed. Scoring around a bunt and failing is Trip Ray. Fouls that one at the plate on the 0-1. Davis is 1-0, got the win in his only appearance of the year. Forgot my iPad. It's sitting on my nightstand next to my bed at the house. Probably the first game in a lot of games that I've not had my iPad here to look up stats. Way outside. Throw down, not made to third base. It got a nice hop for Falsoni, but wild pitch is going to move Turner down to third. Davis hung on to that pitch a little bit too long. Now with nobody out, percentages go way up on that run from third base scoring. Breaking pitch misses inside. On deck, right fielder Preston Rager. So between the number 5 and the number 6 hole hitters, Evan Hansen 4 for 4 against him in strikeouts. Hansen's not out there. New pitcher, Brady Davis. He got the ball from somebody at the Vol State dugout. Home plate umpire Tony Young says, I want to take a look at it first. He does. Said it's approved. We'll use it. Vol State with 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the 5th. Southwest with 1 in the second and 1 in the 5th, and threatening here in the 6th. Swing, and they just got a piece of it. Remain in the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Michael Henry was our alumni spotlight today, first baseman from 1998-99. That might have been back in Brandon Jaggers and Mike Harrell days. That is a line drive, base hit into left field. It drives in Turner. And the first 2 have reached against Brady Davis. Ray now 1 for 3. And Vol State with a 1-run lead. Preston Rager 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, stands in. Pioneer bullpen is active. Davis misses up. And a left-hander and a right-hander getting loose. Throw over to first. Ray back in time. Ray has a stolen base and one attempt. Another throw over. Long pause and delivers. Misses low and inside. Thinking about a few other things, but I've got 2 pitches thrown to the batter. They have a 1-0 popped up on the right side that will get out of play. They've got 1-1 on the scoreboard here. Check it. Hello to Josh Orick, Evan Hansen's high school coach. Throw over to first base. He was watching from Maynardville. Hope he's still watching. Let's get that other run up there for Southwest Tennessee. That's the score, 4-3. And there's a hit batter. First 3 have reached against Brady Davis. We'll see how long Jim McGuire goes with Brady after giving up a double to Bryce Turner, an RBI single to Trip Ray after a wild pitch moved Turner to third. Was going to score anyway probably, but now left-handed hitting Tyler Casserly will step in with runners at first and second. Still nobody out. Casserly is going to square around a bunt, and he will let the first pitch go by outside. Southwest Tennessee has 1 sacrifice bunt on the year so far. That's delivered by Stephen Hayden, who's not in the lineup. Casserly squares, lays one down. That's going to go foul. Casserly with the prototypical look for someone who could bunt. 5'10", left-handed hitter, moves up in the box, squares around, pulls the bat back, takes ball 2. I think that might have been a changeup. Easton Denning charging from first base. Hudson Blank staying back, waiting to see where that bunt goes, but that's exactly where Casserly wants to go with it, is down the third base line. Squaring again, and he gets it right back to Brady, who throws over to first base, and the sacrifice bunt is successful. One to 4 if you're scoring at home. It's now 1 out, runners at second and third. So the tying run is at third. Go-ahead run at second base. Jonathan Walsh, who has an infield single and 2 plate appearances, steps in. Breaking pitch sails right across the plate for strike 1. Ball State trying to defeat Southwest Tennessee for their first loss in conference play. They went 3-0 at Motlow, did Southwest. There's a line drive. That's going to get up the middle, and it's going to score 2. Walsh is going to go to second base. The throw did not go to the bag. from Thrain. And Southwest Tennessee takes their first lead of the ball game on the 2-run single by Walsh. He goes to second on the throw. So not a double. Thrain, I'm not sure why he didn't throw it to second base, but as soon as Walsh saw that that ball wasn't going to the bag, he took off, and that will end the afternoon for Brady Davis, who goes 1/3 of an inning, gives up 3 hits. Evan Hansen does not have a chance to get his first win of the year. And we'll have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Tell you about the new pitcher when we return right here on the Vol State Sports Network. Summit Concrete called the bullpen for Vol State. Parker White, redshirt sophomore from Knoxville West High School. 6'1", 195 pounds, the son of Paul White in Huntsville. Sorry about that. And Kerry Myers in Knoxville. Got brothers and sisters, Eli, Tanner, and Ellie. Owa, his grandma, in Tazewell, Tennessee, and he's the third pitcher on for Pioneers. Brady Davis. Tough time here in the 6th. Goes 1/3 of an inning, gives up 3 hits. So far, 3 runs. Did hit a batter as well. Parker White on for his 3rd appearance of the year. First time in relief. He's 7 innings of work, giving up 10 hits, 5 runs. They were earned, walked 3, struck out 6. Has plunked 2 batters. He will come on with a runner at second base and 1 out, getting instructions from home plate umpire Tony Young on the situation. Southwest Tennessee is taking the lead here in the 6th with 3 runs on a double, a single, a hit batter, sacrifice bunt, and a 2-run single by Jonathan Walsh. And now left-handed hitting Matthew Bright, the DH, to face the left-handed thrower Parker White. Gets a called strike on the outside corner. Thought White might have had an opportunity to start game 3 of the series, but being brought in here, try to quell the rally in the bottom of the 6th. Off-speed pitch misses down. Nice slide by Lex Falsoni behind the plate. Don't have Scotty Dean today. Not sure if he's not feeling well or just overslept, but he missed the bus. It left the school at 6:30. Hopefully he's feeling better. It's a shot to the right side. It's going to get off the glove of Plummer, and that's going to score another run. It'll be a base hit for Matthew Bright. 4 in the inning. Southwest Tennessee taking a 6-4 lead. Top of the order, Logan Luckett stands in. Strike called, pops in and out of the mid of Falsoni. Breaking pitch. White can pick off runners. He's got a good move. Does not go this time. And delivers another off-speed pitch that catches the outside corner. Logan Luckett is 1 for 3 in the ball game. Doubled in the first, popped out in the second, struck out in the fifth. There's the throw over. 7th batter to come to the plate for Southwest Tennessee here in the 6th inning. Popped up on the right side. That will get out of play. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Not sure when that message came in. Somebody said they lost the sound. I hope we're back on the sound. Change up misses down. Just checked it on my phone. I've got some sound, so not sure what happened. Internet glitch. There's a delayed steal throw by Falsoni off the mark. It gets into center field, but Bright not expecting the bad throw. Gets into second base on a steal. His second stolen base of the game. They are 4 for 5 in stolen base attempts. Now another run in scoring position. Drill to left field. Hoover's not going to be able to get that one. One hops the wall. Plays it in to the infield. And another run on the board for Southwest Tennessee. They lead 7 to 4. Second double of the ball game for Luckett, his first RBI. Sammy Chapman steps in. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and an RBI. Ball State just not able to shut down the Southwest Tennessee bats here in the inning. 5 runs here in the 6th for Southwest. Eben Hansen went the first 5 innings. He gave up 3 hits, 2 runs. Walked 3, struck out 7. But Brady Davis, Parker White so far not able to sustain any prowess against the Salukis. Oops. Hope you don't get seasick there, folks. My wife might get a little sick watching this broadcast. 1-1 pitch. There's a base hit up the middle. Coming to the plate and scoring easily is Logan Luckett on the RBI single by Sammy Chapman. And it's 4 straight hits by Southwest Tennessee. They now lead 8 to 4, and that will end the afternoon for Parker White. It's Jim McGuire back out of the Vol State dugout. We'll have another Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. We'll tell you about it when we return right here on the Vol State Sports Network. So a concrete call to the bullpen for Vol State, 6 foot, 175-pound sophomore, Max Castle, another of the Clarks Vegas crew. He's from Clarksville Academy. He's an accounting major. He'll graduate in May, the son of Jeep and Elizabeth Castle, brother to Casey and Caroline and Harrison, grandson of Grandmummy and Mimi and Papaw, all of North Carolina. Castle's on in relief of Parker White, who faced 3 batters, gave up 3 hits. Castle's on for his 4th appearance of the year. 3 innings of work, 4 hits, 5 runs. Walked 7 batters, has struggled to get the ball over the plate. Struck out 3. Had breakfast / lunch, I guess, with Max on the drive down, and he keeps pretty straight face. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Throw down to second. Not in time. Another stolen base. This one by Sammy Chapman. Pitch taken for a strike by Graves. He's the 9th batter to come to the plate. Graves 0 for 2. One of 2 Southwest Tennessee Salukis without a hit in the ball game. Slider misses away. Max must have eaten his breakfast early. He actually picked up lunch there at Wendy's. I was eating breakfast at 9:30. He got his lunch to go, but we sat there together. Runner goes from second, throw down to third, and it's going to skip into left field. It's going to be another run on the errant throw. Give a stolen base to Chapman. It'll be an E2 that scores the run. I've got 2-1. I'm assuming that was ball 3, but I'll wait for the scoreboard to put it up there. And it was ball 3 because that's ball 4. First walk of the inning, and Southwest Tennessee is batted around as Bryce Turner, who started the inning off with a double, steps in. Seven runs in the inning. Ball State came in leading 4-2. A touchdown and an extra point so far for Southwest Tennessee. Here in the bottom of the 6th, had them up 9-4 and looking to play add-on. Bryce Turner, who's 1 for 2, stands in. Right now, that's an unearned run. The last one, throw over to first. Graves back in time. But depending on what happens. Actually, that wild pitch probably would have scored him if. I think you can assume that. Maybe not. Still only 1 out. That was on a sacrifice bunt laid down by Tyler Casserly. Runner goes, pitch is taken for a strike. Throw down is in time as the skip throw retires Graves. For out number 2. Pitch was a strike to Turner, and Max Castle, we'll say, is a pitch away from getting out of the inning. Denning in foul territory is underneath it, and he does get out of the inning. Let pop out to Denning. So fortunate circumstances there for Vol State as they get Graves on a caught stealing and a pop out by Turner with 7 runs. I'm going to say that last one is unearned. That one is charged to White. Max Castle comes in and retires 2 batters as he faced 1. 9-4, Vol State needs to get the sticks going. Take a break and be right back after this short pause. Top of the 7th we go, scheduled for 9 innings. Hezekiah Scott back out on the mound. He is now the pitcher of record for Southwest Tennessee. Delivers first pitch outside of the zone to Drew Plummer. Redshirt sophomore, the graybeard. Looks at a breaking pitch inside corner, called strike. Drew can play anywhere. Second base, short, get behind the plate. Pops that one up off to the right side. It's playable for Turner. No, it's not. Drifted just over the fence as Turner went to the fence. He actually opened it. Apparently he was right there at the door. But the soft pop-up landed out of play. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes to Plum. And he gets fisted again. This one's going to go into the glove of his counterpart, Jonathan Walsh, for out number 1. Devin Thrain, who's 1 for 2 and an RBI, stands in. Hezekiah Scott came on in the 6th inning in relief of Braden Stewart. Retired the only batter he faced in the inning. With 2 on and 2 out. Got a strikeout of Falsoni. Now pitching to Thrain with nobody on and 1 out. Swing and a miss. D-Train, he's also a graybeard. Redshirt sophomore, been here at Vol State all 3 years. Couple of surgeries in there. Was a pitcher. Did get in a few games his true freshman year, medical redshirt last year. Looks at a breaking pitch down. He's ahead in the count, 3 balls and a strike. He's the son of Patrick and Michelle Thrain. A couple grandparents. As the frog has shown up, but get out to right center field, but over is Rager to make the catch for out number 2. Nani and Grammy and Grandpa all up in Massachusetts for Devin Thrain. The exercise science major is graduating in May. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Ball State ahead the whole game until that bottom of the 6th. And Southwest put a 7 spot up there. Drilled out to right field. That's going to get down, gloved by Casserly, but that's going to be a dudette double for Easton Denning. 2-out shot into right center field. Denning's first hit of the ball game. First hit off of Hezekiah Scott. Bring Gage Hoover to the plate. He's probably the one that's most excited to see Braden Stewart leave. Did not have a comfortable at bat, it didn't seem. Looks at a slider in there for a called strike. He walked his first time off of Stewart, but then struck out in the third and the fifth. Stewart struck out 7 in the game. Breaking pitch fouled off. Hoover feels like as soon as he comes out of the on-deck circle, he's down 0-2. And he is here for the third straight at-bat. Denning with a 2-out double. Stands at second. Just missed with that breaking pitch. I thought Gage might have gave up on that one a little bit too early, but he did not. Swing and a miss and a slider outside, and Hoover has the hat trick. One runner left on base on the one hit. No runs, no errors. And we are at the 7th inning stretch. They're playing Take Me Out to the Ball game here at USA Stadium. Let's talk about some of our sponsors. High Point Health Sumner with Ascension St. Thomas, formerly known as Sumner Regional Medical Center. They're in the heart of Gallatin, and they offer medical services to the Vol State athletes. Thanks to Justin McKinney, our all-world trainer in his 12th year. He's getting the weekend off. I'm not sure that he's listening in like Dr. T, but probably out running or something. Big runner. I used to be a big runner. Then I got old. Also want to thank Dudak Communications, Craig Sinnard, for sponsoring our double plays and our doubles, printing and design, and the logo in the press box and wall art in our locker room. Quality printing and design across the United States since 2006. Also, Hit After Hit. They are back-to-back hit sponsors owned by Lem Pilkington. They're located on Air Park Center Drive. Sporting Goods store, the Rawlings contact for head coach Jim McGuire. Also, Line to Line and Game Time Sports Fields. They're our sponsors for Runners at the Corners, and Vol State has not had that happen today. So, again, thanks to all of our sponsors. Bottom of the 7th we go. Max Castle back out on the mound. He's going to face 5, 6, and 7 in the first pitch to Trip Ray in there for a called strike. Swing and a miss. Castle, the 4th pitcher on for Vol State today. Swing and a miss on 3 pitches. Down goes Ray. 3rd time he's gone down swinging. So he's wearing got the hat trick as well. First strikeout for Castle. That brings up Preston Rager. Strikeout victim twice, also was hit by a pitch. He scored one of the 7 runs in the 6th. Nips at the outside corner for a called strike. 1-1. Grounded to third. Blank on the short hop gloves. Throws on to first base to retire Rager. 2 quickly out here in the 7th. Blank's first play on a ground ball in the game. Brings up Tyler Casserly. Solo home run in the 2nd, flew out in the 4th, and laid down a sacrifice bunt in the 6th inning. Off-speed pitch misses low and inside. Behind in the count now 2-0. TCCAA baseball action for the weekend getting started today. Most teams playing today and tomorrow. 3-0 count as couples series are going Sunday, Monday. Pellissippi at Roan and Motlow at Walters going Sunday, Monday. There's a 3-0 pitch in there for a called strike. Today, Jackson State at Chattanooga. They're playing the doubleheader today. Cleveland is at Columbia State. They're also playing the doubleheader today. And a foul ball brings the count full. It's a Full Count Ministries full count. Tomorrow we'll play our doubleheader. Jackson State and Chat and Cleveland and Columbia. They'll play a single game tomorrow in the dirt or the artificial dirt for ball 4. First base runner to reach off of Max Castle. So that was a little Castle on Casserly. I bet they would enjoy sitting down and having a casserole, which is one of the nicknames of my middle daughter, Cassidy Rose. We like to call her Casserole from time to time. Gets right back on the train there with a slider on the outside corner for a called strike. Does Max Castle. Cassle. Throw over to first. My graphics department is non-existent, so I can't throw up names and batting averages and things like that. Popped up out to left field. Gage Hoover is going to actually be able to make a catch here, and does, for out number 3. Everything else going out his way as he's been picking it up off the wall. A 2-out walk, stranded. And we will go to the 8th. Ball State needs a bunch to get back in it. We'll take a break and be right back on the Ball State Sports Network.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a detective working on cases, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at volstate.edu. Every day, all around the nation, people find themselves in need of a hero. Fire and emergency medical responders are those heroes we need. If you desire to make a difference in your community, visit volstate.edu to learn more.
Tromke, what are you doing? We got black screen. Just kidding, Alec Tromke is not here in the press box. It's only me. Forgot I had a 30-second commercial there. I want to thank A.J. Fawson and for his help on the broadcast, not only this year, but pretty much ever since I've been broadcasting for Vol State Athletics. He's on a much-deserved vacation this week. I believe he is. I'm not sure. He might be on a cruise heading to a warm area, and I believe Trip Ray just got crossed up there from Hezekiah Scott, but they got the called strike, and nobody was harmed with that breaking pitch. That's going to go out to center field. Tyler Casserly will make the catch off of Carson Sanders, who's now 1 for 3. Singled back in the 6th, but was stranded at second. Reed Mashinsky's 0 for 3, looking for his first safety of the ball game. So the pitch high. Hezekiah Scott looking for his second win of the year. He's 1-1 coming in to today's action. Former high school teammate of Brody Prairie and Drew Moorhead of Vol State, Rossview. And he's gone 3 balls and no strikes to Reed Mashinsky, another graybeard, redshirt sophomore. 5th appearance of the year for Scott. Pours in a strike as Mashinsky started to head down to first base. Tony Young, our plate umpire, Tyler Green out on the bases. Tapper down to third base line. It's going to roll foul. Mashinsky wished it would have taken a sharp turn to the right. That would have been an infield single for him, but we'll have a Full Count Ministries full count. Again, stay tuned after the game. We'll have the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Get to leave all the equipment up here in the press box. Hope it doesn't rain on it. Fouled off. Got some water damage inside the press box. I don't think it's supposed to rain, so feel pretty good about leaving the equipment here and not having to set up again for tomorrow. The teardown and the setting up is the non-fun part. Another check swing that's going to hit off the fence and then right off of the railing right in front of head coach Eric Schoenrock, who's sitting in the front corner of the dugout to the right. We'll have another Full Count Ministries full count. Hezekiah Scott delivers. It is outside, and there's ball 4. Mashinsky reaches for the first time today. First walk of the ball game for Scott. Nobody loosening in the Saluki dugout, so it appears as though, at least for now, this is Scott's game to finish, but there is a 5-run cushion for the Salukis. Hudson Blank had an infield single in his last plate appearance. He's 1 for 3. Half-hearted check swing there, but strike called. Fastball in the outside corner for strike 2. Blank came in hitting .278. This is his 7th game of the year. Started all 7 of those. 5 hits, still looking for his first extra base hit of the year. Able to hold up on that changeup. They check with the base umpire. He says he didn't go. Again, we'll be back here on the Vol State Sports Network tomorrow at 11 a.m. Probably start at about 10:50. That'll be morning for even the Eastern time zone, folks. 1-2 pitch. Another check swing, and they're going to say that Hudson Blank went. So he is down on strikes. Jim McGuire walking up. They want him to check. Talking to the home plate umpire, and he confirms, yes, he pointed as though he did swing. That's out number 2. Brings Lorenz to the plate. He's 0 for 3. So now 2 outs. And the 1-out walk, Reed Mashinsky still at first base. Ground ball to the right side. Walsh gloves and a high pop-up throw over to Turner. Gets Lorenz for out number 3. Ball State goes quietly in the top of the 8th. One runner left on base. Fall State 7 hits in the game, but nothing to show on the scoreboard since the 5th. That'll bring us to our 8th inning, and that is reserved for our tribute to Hayden Schrum. If you're at Pioneer Field the next time, or maybe you've seen that, there's a sign out on the left field wall that says Hayden Schrum and has the number 8 up there. It says no regrets. Hayden was a 2005 Macon County High School grad. He played at Vol State in 2006 to 2008 for Mike Crosland. Then he went on to MTSU, not to play, but just as a student, and ended up contracting leukemia and ended up passing away May 26th of 2010. And in 2008, his final year at Vol State, got in 10 games, 43 innings pitched, was 3-2, 20 strikeouts. But he was a big supporter of Vol State baseball, and his family was as well, and put a sign out there. And number 8 is not worn on a Vol State player, hasn't been since I've been part of the organization. And according to Jim McGuire, as long as he's the head coach, it won't be either. So in honor of number 8, in between the top of the 8th and the bottom of the 8th, we honor Hayden Schrum, the former Vol State Pioneer. Head to the bottom of the 8th now. Max Castle looking to keep a good thing going. Back out for the 8th. We'll face 9, 1, and 2 in the Saluki lineup. All-speed pitch swung on and missed. Bright way out in front of that. Another one. Singled and scored in the 6th. He's 1 for 2. Also hit by a pitch, has a couple of stolen bases as well. Ground ball to the right side. Denning stays down, gloves, and steps on the base for out number 1. And Logan Luckett will stand in. He's got a pop out and strikeout sandwich between 2 doubles. He's got double bread going. Doubled in the 1st, doubled, drove in a run, and scored in the 6th. Both times he's gone to left field. Shortstop from Adamsville, Tennessee. Castle's gotten behind the sophomore. 6'3", 190 pounds. Fastball clips the outside corner. Last year, Luckett hit .285 for the Salukis. Played in all 56 and started all 56 games. .53 hits, led the club. He had 7 doubles, 3 triples, 8 home runs. There's ball 4. Second walk of the game for Castles. Came in struggling with the strike zone and has now walked 2. Faced 7 batters. Now Sammy Chapman, who singled, drove in a run. That ball hits in the dirt or the turf and down to second base. Goes Luckett. Wild pitch to Castle. Takes away the typical do that double play. At the knees for a called strike. Scoreboard operators struggling a little bit. They're showing 0-2 on the scoreboard out there. It's not a Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard, though. It's been here a little while. Big jump off a second. Castle's picked off a couple. Misses down low with an off-speed pitch. Just talking about that actually during our stop in Jackson on the way down here. Elijah Harris, I know the two of them hooked up for a pickoff, and it might have been Elijah on the other one. He thinks he's picked off 2. I don't have the stat for that. Delivers again down, and Falsoni had trouble gloving that. I've got a 3-1 count. They've got 2-2 on the scoreboard. Could be wrong. I've been wrong several times today. But so has that scoreboard. We'll see on this pitch. Drilled out to right center field. Mashinsky over. He's going to make the catch. Bluff tag at second base, but the runner does not go. Now 2 outs. Brings up Tylen Graves. 0 for 2, and he's walked twice. He's also been caught stealing twice. It's a number 3 hole hitter for Southwest Tennessee. Batting here in the bottom of the 8th. You got him, Max. Throw back, and no, just back in time is Luckett. That throw was right on the money. If Castle turns around just a hair quicker, I think Plum's going to be able to make the tag. But Tyler Green, the base umpire, right on the play, says he just got that long finger back in there in time. Drill to left field. That'll get down in front of Hoover. 1 hop. They're going to send the runner. Throw to the plate. Cut off. And no throw will be made. And the 10th run of the ball game is driven in by Graves, who gets his first base knock in the ball game. So a walk, a wild pitch, and a single as Southwest Tennessee's playing add-on. Now Bryce Turner, who's doubled in 4 plate appearances, stands at the plate. Slider catches the outside corner for a called strike. So why did you put ball up there, Tim? I didn't like the pitch. I would have taken it. Similar, but a little bit up. Must have been prophesying there. Ball State had a 4-2 lead after 5. A 7-run 6th for Southwest Tennessee. Was the undoing so far. Ball State has one more at bat in the top of the 9th, but additional run here and a dangerous hitter at the plate. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. Turner looking to do damage there. Came up empty. Again, Turner sat out last year. Played in only 1 game, but having a tremendous start to his season. Has 4 home runs already. Throw over to first. He's back in time. Looking at stats. 4 home runs and 17 RBIs coming into today's game. Led the team. Ground ball, that's going to be right up the middle, and Plummer does not step on second base, throws on the run over to first to get Turner for out number 3. Pioneers got one more shot. They're going to have to come up with 6 to stay in the ball game. We'll come right back to see what they do. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Lex Falsoni, Drew Plummer, Devin Thrain to face Hezekiah Scott. Here in the top of the 3rd inning, down by 6. 10-4. Good law enforcement term there. First pitch swinging, Lex Falsoni pops that one out to shallow left field, and shallow enough for the shortstop, Logan Luckett, to make the grab. Falsoni likes swinging at that first pitch. This time it didn't work for him. Single and double in his first 2 plate appearances, a strikeout now and a pop out. And that's 1 out in the final inning. Brings up Drew Plummer. He's got a home run in 4 plate appearances. Can't hit a 6-run home run, though. Looks at ball 1 inside. You got to get on and pass it down to your teammate. That's Devin Thrain in the on-deck circle. Tapper to third. Tylen Graves gloves, throws on to first base to get Drew Plummer. Hey, let's get the outs up there. That's now 2 quickly. And Devin Thrain, 1 for 3 in this game. Hezekiah Scott looking to pick up his 2nd victory. Spikes one. Brady Davis is the pitcher of record for Vol State. Ground ball to third, Graves on 2 hops. Gloves, his throw over to Turner, and that's your ball game. A comeback victory for Southwest Tennessee as they take game 1 of the 3-game set, 10-4, and make a winner of Hezekiah Scott, who moves to 2-1. Brady Davis falls to 1-1. No save in the game. That's a 10th victory of the year for Southwest. And they stay perfect in conference play. They're now 4-0. Vol State falls to 1-2 in the conference. 9-3 overall are the Pioneers. Games 2 and 3 tomorrow, beginning at 11 a.m. We'll carry it right here on the Vol State Sports Network. I believe that Jay Harper for the home team will have a broadcast on the Game Time Sports Network. But if you want to join me on Vol State Sports Network, you're welcome to. But I don't want to get in the way of my man Jay Harper. Vol State falls in game one after having the 4-2 lead, but the touchdown and extra point in the sixth for Southwest, too much to overcome. Fall 10-4. See if we can get some totals for you quickly. Vol State 4 runs, 7 hits, had 1 error. Southwest Tennessee end up with 10 runs, 10 hits. These are unofficial. Just according to my score sheet, they did not commit an error. And a game that took 2 hours and 37 minutes to complete. 40 degrees at game time. And our Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. Let's see. Max Castle did come in and give 1, 2. We go 2 2/3 innings. Gave up, I believe, only 1 hit. Did give up the 1 run. It was earned. Walked 1, struck out 1. He's a contender. Let's see what we got on the offensive side. Drew Plummer with a 2-run homer in the second. He goes 1 for 5. Lex Falsoni 2 for 4. We're going to go Max Castle in his outing. Goes 2 2/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, and he slowed the pace clearly for Vol State. It was struggling with the relief pitching. Max Castle is our Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. Congratulations to Max. And let's get to our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. So we can pull that up here real quick. It can be in Ezekiel. A lot of memory verses coming out of the book of Ezekiel. But one I've worked on over the years is found in chapter 36, verse 26 through 27. It's a great prayer. I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh, and I will put my spirit in you and move you to follow my decrees and be careful to keep my laws. I pray that regularly. God, move me to follow your decrees and to be careful to keep your laws. You find that in the book of Ezekiel, one of the minor prophets, chapter 36, verses 26 through 27. And I would invite you to add that one to your list of verses that you might look at on a regular basis. But the Pioneers, it wasn't the day for Vol State, at least not in the second half, as they fall to Southwest Tennessee. That's 3 in a row that they've lost to the Salukis, dating back to a year ago. Going to need to get back on the winning ways tomorrow. Doubleheader begins at 11 a.m. Central Time. Don't think they're thinking about changing the time of that. It'll be a little bit warmer tomorrow, but it is a little bit chilly here today as you see the Pioneers congregating down the left field line. Had some scores of interest, but you can go on the TJCAA website. Chattanooga State was leading Jackson State. Cleveland State defeated Columbia State 4-2. Chat State 3-1 over Jackson State. And those are the only games showing for baseball. Of course, the Women and men's basketball team for Vol State are taking on Pellissippi State Panthers in Knoxville. And the Lady Pioneers softball team doubleheader today. There we go. I was trying to figure out where my game changer was. Let's see if we've got any scores. Vol State lost yesterday 4-2 and 4-3, and won convincingly over Northeast Alabama 16-5, and then play again at 4 p.m. this afternoon. That'll do it from USA Stadium here in Millington, Tennessee. Pioneers lose to Southwest Tennessee 10-4 in 9 innings. 2 7-inning contests tomorrow. So for the president, Dr. Wendy Tossenson, our athletic director, Bobby Hudson, and head coach, Jim McGuire, this is Tim Reese saying God bless you. We'll talk to you tomorrow right here on the Vol State Sports Network.